Game Chat with Bwana, episode 41.
Welcome to Game Chat with Bwana, your source for gaming news and reviews. Now, here's Bwana McCall.
This is Game Chat 1, episode 41, coming at you live. Tonight is Monday, December 10th.
Wait a minute.
Tonight is Monday, December 19th, 2011. It is here at twitch.tv and at live.bwana.tv/Bwana, twitch.tv/Bwana. You can come over to our live stream at twitch.tv/Bwana. In case you didn't understand all that gibberish I just said, twitch.tv/Bwana. And you can come over here. We're live Monday night, every Monday night at 6 p.m. Eastern at Game Chat with Bwana. Woo! Yeah, boy, Game Chat Bwana's on. Yeah, everybody get the popcorn. Here at Game Chat Bwana, what we do is that we talk about the last 7 days of gaming news. We try to go across the web and find the best stuff that we can find, and we discuss it. And we chat about games with Bwana, his little head in the corner. And we show the stories, like over there. So you can kind of see the story as I talk about it, and it's called Game Chat One. Some interactive chat overlaid on the stream, some like 26th century technology. We got like all kinds of physics and science to make this thing possible here at Game Chat with Bwana. And we talk about those stories, and then afterwards, we take what you guys find, because I don't find all the greats. I don't find all the best stuff out there, and you guys augment my. I didn't ask for this. You augment my stories with what you find over on our forums at bwana.tv/forums. You can sign up for our community forums over there, and you guys post stories that I didn't post, and we discuss those towards the end of the show. And then, towards the end of the show, the very end, we have title time. That's where you, the viewers, the live viewers, can pick a title for the show based on the stories that we talked about. Something witty, something funny. And that's how we do it here at Game Chat 1. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started with the Game Chat. And for our first story, we're going to talk about Sony. Sony has unleashed their baby. My throat's not going to forgive me for that. Sony has unleashed their baby on December 17th, 2011. The PS Vita premiere launch in Japan. And according to this article over on BuzzFocus.com, what they're saying is that the Uncharted Golden Abyss title is going to be positioned as their killer title, or their platform seller, if you will. So Uncharted 3 is already receiving all kinds of awards, and it's a big title for Sony. So it makes sense that Uncharted Golden Abyss, which is going to be the PS Vita exclusive title, is going to be positioned as the title to go to. Now, this thing is selling for 25,000 yen and 30,000 yen, or $320 and $380. And I think there's a Wi-Fi, non-Wi-Fi version. I forget. We haven't talked about the Vita in so long. But those of us in the United States of Americas, in the North Americas, and in the European parts of the world, we ain't getting it until February 2012. So we got a little bit of ways to wait. But some of you who just couldn't wait, that just had to have it, you guys went on eBay and you spent all your hard-earned cash on this PS Vita. This is the updated PSP. For those of you who don't remember the PS Vita, this thing has all the cool hardware. It has the back trackpad. It has the processor that can run the T9000 7 times over, and that can solve any problem in 17 seconds flat. I just made all that up. But the point is that you guys know that it's very, very powerful. So it's going to be very interesting to see how the Vita, how the PlayStation Vita is going to stack up against the Nintendo 3DS, because the Nintendo 3DS is currently the champ, currently the reigning king, currently the Muhammad Ali gonna knock you out with some 3D glasses, list 3D rope-a-dope in the face. But the Nintendo 3DS is the current handheld of choice amongst the Japanese and amongst the Americanos and amongst the Europeans and amongst the Australians and amongst everyone else who exists. So Sony's got an uphill climb with the PS Vita, but it has premiered over in Japan. Check it out, guys. This is over on BuzzFocus.com. They got the details over there about the PS Vita premiere launch in Japan. And while we're on the topic of mobile news, let's talk about Microsoft and how Microsoft is positioning itself in this mobile race. Because as of now, Microsoft really doesn't have a hardware solution for mobile gaming. We always talk about Sony. We always talk about Nintendo with the PSP, the DS, and then the 3DS, and then the Vita. But with Microsoft, they really don't have a hardware presence. So they're kind of scattered all over the place. So when I saw this article, it got me thinking because Microsoft has brought one of their Xbox Premier, or I'm not going to say Premier, Xbox exclusive titles over to iOS, which is the iPhone, iPad, and iPod Touch operating system. This is our mobile gaming platforms over there. Connectimals. You guys remember Connectimals? Yes, you remember the tiger. What was his name? What was the tiger's name? I'll give you a hint. Taste the rainbow. Taste the rainbow. Taste the rainbow. Taste the rainbow. His name is Skittles, by the way. Skittles is a tiger that, you know, everybody made fun of during E3. But Xbox Live functionality. Now, there's a reason why I brought up this article. Microsoft really doesn't have a mobile presence, and this article brings up the possibility of Microsoft bringing Xbox Live functionality to iOS. And I don't know, because I don't know if I agree with that. It got me thinking a little bit. I don't think they'll bring iOS to or Xbox Live full capability. They do have an app called My Xbox Live, which will give you the Xbox.com website experience, but not really the friends list, achievements, things that you see tightly intertwined with Xbox. So the reason why I think that is because if you look at the newest dashboard that Microsoft released for the Xbox 360, and then you run over it, you look at Windows Phone 7 and the Tile operating system and the tight integration between I guess you can say Windows Phone 7 and Xbox Live. To me, that's going to fill Microsoft's mobile gaming presence, because they don't have a dedicated piece of hardware like the PSP or the DS or the 3DS. But I think Windows Phone 7, I think Microsoft is betting on Windows Phone 7 to be that platform that they launch or they propel Xbox Live functionality. I don't think that it'll be iOS. Now, that doesn't say that I don't think that this is a good idea, because I really think it's a good idea for them to bring Xbox Live functionality to iOS. I mean, that'd be a brilliant idea, because they need it. Because Windows Phone 7 is not doing as well as I think Microsoft wanted it to do. Android and Apple are kind of ruling the show when it comes to handheld devices, smartphones, tablets, that kind of deal. Windows Phone 7, albeit is an attractive looking operating system, but I don't think a lot of people are buying the phones. So Xbox Live on iOS, I don't think so. I think it's kind of a stretch, but you can check out this story over on buttonmasher.tv. They got the details over there. Is Microsoft planning on bringing Xbox Live achievements and Xbox Live to iOS? I don't think so. I don't think so. Now, while we're on the topic of mobile game again, let's talk about another game which you guys probably have already played. Plants vs. Zombies. This is one of those kind of, I don't want to call it tower defense. I guess you can call it plant defense. You can call it plant defense. Plants vs. Zombies, really, really addictive game. You got to keep the zombies from overtaking the plants, and somehow plants have the ability to kill zombies and sunflowers and radishes and carrots. But it's finally coming to the Android market. The Android market is going to be getting Plants vs. Zombies, guys. So if you want to get your Plants vs. Zombies on, you're going to be able to do that by purchasing on the Android market. It's going to be $2.99. And also, Peggle is going to end its exclusivity with Android, the Amazon Marketplace, or Amazon App Store, and it is going to be available as well. So Peggle and Plants vs. Zombies will be available on the Android Marketplace for $2.99, guys. So your wait is over. You can finally kill those zombies with that particular flower that you've been holding, that particular sunflower that wields the power of 1,000 suns that can kill every zombie for a 75,000-mile radius. No? Okay. Check it out, guys. This is over on multiplayer.mtv.com. They got the details over there about Plants vs. Zombies finally making this way to the Android Marketplace.
Game Chat with Bwana is recorded live before a worldwide audience every Monday night. You can participate by suggesting news stories. Just register an account in our forums at bwana.tv/forums.
Now let's talk about Notch. We're not going to talk about Minecraft, or are we? Ooh, this past weekend was the Ludum Dare. Ludum Dare. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Ludum Dare 22. And this is a contest that's put together. It's a very, very fun contest where a bunch of developers come together and they try to build a game from scratch in 48 hours. 48 hours. That's all. They have only 2 full days to create a game from nothing. So, actually, I first heard about this whole contest from Notch, who created Minecraft, which is a game that I love. I loves it. But I first heard about it from him, and I was like, I never heard of this contest, and he kind of brought it out into the mainstream, mainstream, I guess you should say. But this past weekend, he streamed himself making the game. And that was the cool part. That's how I found out about it in the past, is that he live streamed himself coding a game from scratch. And it's so cool to actually watch the reaction of all the people watching. It's like all of a sudden, people who had zero interest in programming, all of a sudden, they're asking about Java tutorials on the web. Or they're asking about what software program is he using, or how does he do that, or how long does it take him to get into that, or what's the whole process about learning how to program. So instantly people see how creative and I guess you could say efficient that some software developers can be and can create a good video game from nothing, essentially. It's a very, very cool process. So this past weekend, Notch created a game called Minicraft. And it was very hilarious because when he started, he was like, I'm going to make a Harvest Moon clone and the theme is going to be alone. And all of a sudden, the game took shape into this game that looks exactly like Minecraft, but it's kind of 2D. If you look at the game, he's like, wow, okay, Notch made a 2D Minecraft. And I guess that's why he calls it Minicraft. You can craft things, you can build things. I don't know if you can build elaborate things like you can in Minecraft because I haven't played it yet. You can kill monsters, you can collect resources. So it's a 2D Minecraft, essentially. And Notch created it in less than 48 hours. A lot of people like it. A lot of people who have been able to play it say it's very, very fun. They say it's one of those things that it looks, it doesn't look all that great. I guess Notch has a knack for creating ugly games that are really, really fun. So it's, I don't know. The game looks ugly, but it's fun. And I seen Notch make the pixel art in the game. He can make the little shovels, the little knives, the little swords, and the little lanterns, and the little ovens and stuff. That stuff ain't easy, man. He's better than me. He's way better than me at that stuff. He can create like little pixel art in no time. He can create all the fonts and everything. He's done it a billion times, I guess. But you can check out the game in your browser. There's a link here on joystick.com. They got the details over there how Notch has created a mini Minecraft, aka Minicraft, in less than 48 hours for the Loot 'em Dare contest, guys. Check it out. Over on joystick.com, they got the details over there. Now we're going to shift gears a little bit and talk about, well, we're still talking about PC gaming, but one of the titles that really kind of didn't do as well as people wanted on the Xbox 360 was called Alan Wake, and I actually thought that this title was actually interesting. I did. I watched some people stream it, and I actually bought it used a long time ago, and I didn't play it. It was like $16 or something. It was cheap. About like $15, $16 at GameStop and GameSpot, I should say. GameStop, Spot, Stop, Spot, Stop, Spot. But the reason why I brought up Alan Wake is that it's coming to PC in early 2012, along with the DLC, the Signal, and the DLC, The Writer. So if you are looking towards or looking forward to playing this game, but you don't have an Xbox 360, or you just, wanted to play it on PC, with possibly better graphics or maybe mod support, kind of doubt it. But Remedy, the company behind it, Remedy Entertainment, has announced that it is going to be available on PC in early 2012, and it was launched last May. So that was quite a bit of, that's quite a while. I mean, 6 months in a gaming lifespan is kind of a really, really long time, unless you have a really good game that has really good lasting power, that has really good replayability, that has really good optional multiplayer or co-op, that has a really good storyline, that has a really... Check it out, guys. This is over on GameForever.com. They got the details over there. Alan Wake is coming to PC in early 2012. 2012. Now, everybody, get your crying eyes out. Everybody, grab your Visine. It's time to weep. You ready? All right, we're done. Star Wars Galaxy is over. That's right, guys. The game that came out in about 2003-ish, Star Wars Galaxies, is no longer with us. It is officially over. There are unofficial channels that people are talking about, but officially, Star Wars Galaxies is over. The contract with LucasArts has run out because the Old Republic is going to pick up that whole IP thing and MMO Star Wars thing that a lot of people are going gaga over. Star Wars Galaxies, guys, it has a really, really interesting past. If you haven't talked or talked to somebody about it who's played it, you should talk to them about it, because it underwent some pretty hefty changes. They say a lot of times a lot of different patches can make or break MMOs depending on how much they nerf or what they take out or what they add. I think this is one of those games where you look at it and you go, wow, had it not been for patch A, this game may have done a little bit better. But I did buy this at launch. Did play it a little bit. Not a lot as other people did, but I did witness the patch, the nerf, the neuter, the cutting off of multiple things in Star Wars Galaxies. So check it out, guys. This is over on Rock Paper Shotgun. They got the details, but I was able to watch the final moments. PCGamer.com, they were really cool. They streamed it live on Twitch TV all the way down to the final moment. I think they did like the last 5 hours, the last 6 hours, and they were just running around acting stupid. You can see people dressed up like Darth Vader breakdancing. You can see these giant monsters. I don't even know what they were called, but they were just everywhere, and people were giant too, so I don't know if that was some sort of effect or what. But it was just people were acting stupid, selling their armor, doing crazy things. But it was like a going away party for Star Wars Galaxies, and it's over. So I guess we can look forward to the next chapter of the Star Wars IP in the Old Republic. Now I gotta say, guys, I've been giving the Old Republic a lot of harsh words. And I haven't even played it, and that's not fair. I hate to see games hype so much and then come out and they're like, average to good in terms of MMO standards. And I've been watching more and more. I've been, catching coverage of some stuff on the Old Republic, and yeah, I could probably recommend it to some people. But it's so hard to, when I cover gaming news like I do, and I talk to you guys about it, I come across a lot of different articles, and it's hard to ignore all the hype. Really, really hard to ignore all the hype. So, the game just got so, just got so hyped, and I was just like, come on, guys, it's not gonna be that good. I mean, come on, it's Star Wars and everything. I love Star Wars, but you guys say, oh, it's gonna kill the Milky Way. The whole universe is gonna implode. People just go overboard. But I could recommend it, and I'm even thinking about trying it for that first month and see how it is. I'm thinking about it. Thinking about it. But check it out, guys. Star Wars Galaxies is over. They got details over on rockpapershotgun.com. Now, speaking of MMOs, we called it. In our numerous discussions, we talked about all the different MMOs that were left in terms of the old business model of charging a subscription fee. We talked about free-to-play, how it's becoming very, very prevalent. People said that the Old Republic is going to be the last MMO that has that model. And we talked about MMOs that exist today that still have the pay model. We talked about WoW. We talked about Final Fantasy 11, Final Fantasy 14 when it gets on its feet. And Aion. We mentioned Aion as being one of the last pay MMOs out there. And Aion is going free to play, but for Europe only. And this kind of confused me. And I read the article twice. And I was like, is everybody else going to get it or not? Because it sounds kind of final. It's like Aeon's going free to play for Europe starting February 2012. They're going to take a free to play model. Guys at NCSoft announced it, and blah blah blah. No mention of anything in the Americas, in Japan. They just mention Europe. So you go to this AeonFreeToPlay.com. They're like, hey, we're noticing you're connecting from the U.S. We don't take too kindly to your kind of folks here. You're going to have to go over to the other side, over there to the North American side at na.whatever.aeononline.com, because this side here is only for Europeans. I don't know how I got this southern accent when I'm supposed to be imitating the European side, but for some reason I'm talking this way. You guys are going to have to go over there. We don't like you. Goodbye. So I was like, what? But I want to read about the Aion free-to-play. I want to read about the Aion possibly going free-to-play from my region. No. Over there, sir. Over there. Check it out, guys. This is over on GamerForever.com. They got the details about Aion going free-to-play in Europe in February 2012. It's going to start in the UK, France, and Germany first, and then will be accessible to play across Western Europe. No mention of the Americas. Interesting. Yes. And for our next story, we're going to continue on that whole MMO free-to-play train. And Nexon, a company that kind of pioneered the microtransaction, they didn't pioneer it, I guess. They're known for some of the things they've done with that. They went public on the Tokyo Stock Exchange, and they raised $1.17 billion. Those of you who played MapleStory know about Nexon. They were big a few years ago. Some of you still play Guilty Pleasures. I've seen you. You hide in the corner storying up some Maple. I've seen it. No, I didn't see it. But the Nexon CFO Owen Mahoney said that the social gaming and online gaming company plans on using the money that they made from this IPO to buy more companies. So since this IPO, the stock has kind of dropped, but I guess that's kind of expected for some stocks to go a little bit inflated after IPO, and then they come back to normalcy. So 1.2 or 1.17 billion from his first IPO. Very, very impressive from Nexon. I gotta say, I didn't expect it to be this high. I don't think a lot of people did. But that's a lot of money in a short amount of time. Not much else really to say about it. I'm trying to think of something else that Nexon could possibly do. Who could they purchase? Who could they purchase? I don't know. We'll see. We'll be talking about this a little bit later. Nexon's, I got a feeling their name's going to be coming up in the future for some acquisitions and some other big announcements. But check it out, guys. GamePolitics.com. They got the details about Nexon raising a lot of money with their IPO over there.
Please support Game Chat with Bwana by turning off your ad blocking software.
Okay. Just when you thought it was safe to keep your passwords that you currently have, you remember the summer of hackerage that we had this past summer, where it seemed like every website that was ever created and every gaming service that was ever done got hacked 100 times? Over and 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 over again. Every week there was a new site being hacked. Yeah, I thought that was going to be over. I thought that was done this past summer. But apparently somebody didn't get the memo. Somebody didn't realize that the summer is not the only time you do this. Because Square Enix just got hacked as of December 14, 2011. Apparently, their servers were compromised like everybody else's. And if you read this, I'm going to read this message, and you're going to hear a lot of things that ring familiar from the other breaches that happened. We are assessing the full extent of this potential breach to determine what data, if any, was compromised, and will provide more details as soon as possible. While some personal information may have been accessed, we can confirm that there is no possibility of any credit card information leaked from this incident, since the server in question stores no credit card information. We estimate that the suspension will continue for a few days, suspension of services, until we complete our investigation and countermeasures. We will update you as we learn more. Square Enix Members is a loyalty program that dishes out rewards in exchange for players who register Square Enix games with the service. The website does not store names, addresses, usernames, and passwords. So if you're a part of the Square Enix member site, you might want to recall what password you use there, and if you use that password anywhere else, to change it. And then when this service comes up, I guarantee they're going to make you change the password. But it just reminds us to try to not use the same password across multiple sites, especially sites that are tied to your personal information and or credit card information. Try to vary those passwords, because stuff like this will happen. There is no such thing as 100% security out there. It just doesn't exist. So companies will get compromised in some form or fashion. It's just the severity of it that will vary. Some are better than others, but there is always that possibility. So you should really be mindful of the passwords that you use. Check it out, guys. Over in escapistmagazine.com, they got the details about Square Enix getting that hacked. Speaking of hacked, you see what I did there? Modern Warfare 3 is a game. Just leave it at that. There's some issues with Modern Warfare 3's matchmaking, and this kind of struck me as alarming. Apparently, the matchmaking doesn't work everywhere. This gentleman from Croatia, John385, couldn't get matchmaking to work. And the response from Activision, the official Xbox support Twitter account says that Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer online is only accessible if you're in an eligible Xbox Live region. Since Croatia is not an official Xbox Live region, players like John, this is what the article says, players like John 385 can't get fixes or support to deal with their problems. Doesn't that strike you as a little bit odd that the game can be sold in an area but not supported in any form or fashion? I'm hoping there's more to this story. I'm hoping it's not as cut and dry as this article is making it out to be. But that's pretty terrible. And there was a patch that was recently released. On top of that, there was a patch that was recently released. 1.06 for PS3, Xbox 360, and PC. But they failed to fix this problem. I'm going to play this video for you. And you should be able to see it in this little window. I'm going to go ahead and play this. Because this has to be seen. This just has to be seen. Come on. Come on. Check it out. So this guy, you should be able to see him. He's like crouching in the corner. Okay, I got that enabled. And he goes underground. It might be a little bit laggy, but you get the idea. So he's now under the map. He's now under the map. And from under the map, I'm not going to play the whole thing, but from under the map, he can kill people. That didn't get fixed. And if you're in Croatia and you report it, they're going to be like, well, we don't support Croatia. Bye. I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. I'm hoping that's not completely true. It's some kind of loophole. I'm being optimistic about it because that's pretty messed up that would be allowed to happen. But check it out, guys. Over on GamePolitics.com, they got the details over there about the story. The matchmaking of Modern Warfare 3 has issues, but if you're in Croatia, it may not get fixed. In other areas as well as some wall hacks that still exist after the patch. And for our final story, well, if you get caught hacking, you might just get banned for 13.5 years. There's a temporary, quote-unquote, temporary ban that is issued by Infinity Ward for 5,000 days. This is a serious ban. So they're dubbed temporary, but in essence, you can probably guess this is their version of a permanent ban. I guess they don't have the mechanism to do a permanent ban, so they just say, let's pick a number and say 13 and a half years. If you still have the game then, you may have learned your lesson. You may be able to still play. You may be able to kill people again under the map by wall hacking, not being in Croatia. I 13 and a half years is crazy, but I mean, I read it, I was like, all right. I mean, it's a great headline, but yeah, that's just their version of a permanent ban. 5,000 days, guys. Check it out over on GamePolitics.com. They got the details over there, and that concludes all of our stories. We're going to move on to user-submitted stories, which you guys have submitted over on our forum.
Game Chat with Bwana is recorded live before a worldwide audience every Monday night. You can participate by suggesting news stories. Just register an account in our forums at bwana.tv/forums.
All right, let's go to our forums here. See what you guys have submitted here. Ooh, glad I got caffeine. Okay. If you haven't signed up yet, go to our forum at bwana.tv/forum. Sign up for an account, join our community, read the rules, follow the rules, and you'll be a happy, happy camper. We're going to start over with Emrandil, who has started it off with the 2011 MMORPG.com Awards. Pretty good site for MMOs. Okay. Might have to mute Chrome because I don't want any ads going, have you had your pet spayed or neutered today? Please visit .com where you know, stuff like that. Okay. MMORPG Awards. Game of the Year. Rift. And nominee EVE Online. How many MMOs were released this year? I mean, we're going to have this discussion in our community very, very soon. Like this week, we're going to do our nominations for Game of the Year and stuff. And that's like my number one question. How many MMOs were released this year? You know, I agree. I think Rift was a really solid MMO in terms of MMORPGs. And it's just, there wasn't a whole lot of major ones released. You know, it would have got my vote anyway. But that's their Game of the Year, Rift. Most anticipated, The Old Republic and Guild Wars 2? Was there a tie? Oh, this is going to cause rage amongst the rage-worthy rageness. It said, we hate putting up a tie just as much as the next person, but how do you quantify and evaluate the sheer strength of the Star Wars name and the rabid need for information everyone has when it comes to ArenaNet's still somewhat mysterious game? Ooh, they should have picked one. I would not have done a tie here. I would not have done a tie. That's kind of messed up. I would not have done a tie. But they did. What do you guys think? Guild Wars 2 or The Old Republic? As far as most anticipated, I don't know. Most hype. I would say most hype goes to SWTOR. But most anticipated, I don't know. That's a good question. Because Guild Wars has a huge fan base. SWTOR has a big fan base as well. I guess I can see why they do a tie, but if I were to pick one, I'd probably go with Guild Wars. Simply because a lot of people that I've talked to personally and I've read about say that that's going to be their next MMO. Some people say they're going to try SWTOR, but they say definitely I'm going to invest time into Guild Wars 2. So I would say Guild Wars 2 would be my pick for that. But it'd be a close one because SWTOR is definitely highly anticipated, judging by the sheer amount of people in the beta, all the pre-orders, people going crazy because they didn't get in the early stages. Yeah. So Terra, oh cool. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh cool. Terra got a nomination. This is a highly anticipated one as well. Terra. All right. Most innovative DC Universe Online. Oh. Wait a minute. Final Fantasy XIV was nominated for most innovative? Let me think. Innovation in terms of, okay, the leveling system was innovative. The different classes, the way they mixed and matched them. The job system. Lead quest stuff has been done. Those are like daily quests. The lack of an auction house, I guess you can call that innovative. Okay, DC Universe Online definitely was a fun game in terms of the combat. Yeah, that's what they're talking about here. The combat alone, love it or hate it, was a real change in the standard tap targeting fare for MMOs, and I agree with that. I think DC Universe Online nailed the combat system. I think it was one of the best I've ever seen in terms of an action MMO. The most fun to be had with a game. And I think it should be for a superhero game. The combat better be pretty impressive. So I agree with this. But the nominee, I don't know about Final Fantasy. Rising Star, The Secret World. Ooh, yes. I can't wait till this comes out. This is one of those games of secret societies and things like the Illuminati and very mysterious things. It's an MMO surrounding that whole lore. And Glitch is a nominee. Best Hybrid MMO. What? How is League of Legends a hybrid? What's a hybrid? Wait a minute. Let's back up. What's a hybrid MMO? Is it like half MMO, half werewolf? Are they talking about persistent games? Is this another name for MOBA, perhaps? I don't even. We're going to leave that one alone. Great link, Emeraldale. That was a very entertaining link. Thanks for that. Next story. The Daily Grind. Will SWTOR succeed in Asia? In Asia. In Asia. That anime Luke. You're not Luke. Luke clearly is a little bit more annoying. Gamers and game executives are fond of comparing Star Wars to World of Warcraft. Yeah. One thing I haven't seen mentioned is a prediction of whether or not SWTOR will succeed in the Asian market. We know, for example, that a huge portion of WoW's 12 million users came from the Far East. So they're trying to see if SWTOR is going to take a cut of that huge Asian market. It remains to be seen, and it's kind of hard to say. Really hard to say because the Asian market is, I think it's hard to predict. I don't think many people predict it right. Those who do are probably smarter than me. Don't know, guys. This is a good question. I mean, competition-wise, they're gonna have to contend with Guild Wars when it comes out, which is popular in Guild Wars is popular in Korea, from what I remember, right? But in terms of like, you know, Asia and I guess you can say the APJ, you know, Australia, Japan market. I have no idea. No idea at all. Gonna come back to that one. That's a great question. Thanks for the link, Emrandale. Skyrim multiplayer, slowly but surely it will be made. I think we covered this. Skyrim Online, I think we talked about this already, where they started building an MMO or an online component for Skyrim. And some things aren't working yet. Yeah, I think we talked about this at some point. I don't remember when, but thanks for the link anyway. Vithrin, thanks for the link. I think we talked about that. If we didn't, I sincerely apologize. Okay. So we didn't talk about it here. All right. Let's talk about it now. Woo, I am so sorry. Skyrim Online. This is a mod project where they're trying to put together a MMO hybrid thing for Skyrim. And I even said this one time. I was like, man, they need to just go ahead and make Skyrim an MMO and be done with it. And that's what they're trying to do. One day, the server has reached 20,000 connections and an average of 70 players online simultaneously. They reached a peak of 94 players online. So, let's see. Synchronizing other players' races, positions, and rotations is working. Chat is fully working. Time and weather synchronized. Multiple shards are available. Mounts are synchronized. And arena is working, but very, very light. So there's a lot of things that aren't working, like life stamina authentication, client or mount clients on the client side, NPC handling, voice chat, RSA encryption, friend lists. They got a lot of work to do. This is very, very, very early Skyrim Online, but it's good to see that they're off the ground and they got things going. So thanks again for the link, Vithrin. Okay, Seema Half. Seema have Hat Fortress 2 trade is worth what? All right, I'm just gonna read this story because I'm just like, what? Huh. Analyst Paul Manwaring has valued TF2's hat and unique item economy to be worth about $50 million. So is he talking about all the hats? Talking about the business? $50 million. I bet Notch's hat is worth $1 million by itself. Notch has a cool hat of a head with a hat on it. It's true. But this analyst Paul Manwaring, he said it's worth about $50 million. That's a lot of money. A lot of money. Some of you may remember the story of the 15-year-old who made $10,000 in a TF2 hat trade. What? Amazing. Amazing. He's got apparently links to an article on Reddit where the kid has a Ask Me Anything. 15 grand on hats. Or 10,000, I'm sorry. 15-year-old who made $10,000 on the TF2 hats. Very, 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 very profitable business, this TF2 hat trade stuff. But check it out. This is over on Ants.com. Thanks for the story. Seema half. Moving on. Nicholas Fun Stuff. Battlefield 2143 hinted at with Easter egg. Wait a minute. It's just the number 2143. Come on. You're kind of reaching here. I'm thinking it's like a helmet with a guy with a flying thing. And DICE is known for including various Easter eggs on maps, especially very little vague ones to tease upcoming games. For instance, back in 2006, they included some Easter eggs in Battlefield 2 Euroforces and Armor Fury map packs, which hinted at a new title called 2142. Okay, so that's where this comes from. Way before Battlefield 2142 was officially announced. If we are to follow the same logic this time, a sequel to Battlefield 2142 is very possible, as an Easter egg on Wake Island shows the number 2143. We don't think that's a coincidence. In fact, it may just be the very first hint at Battlefield 2143. All right. As the guy said on RoboCop, I'll buy that for $1. Yeah, I'll buy it. I'll buy it. I like to see the 2142 hint as well, though. I don't know if it's just a number 2142. But, okay. Easter egg, sure. Why not? Why not? Steam's, thanks for the Nick story. Thanks for the Nick story. Thanks for the story, Nick. Steam's holiday sale discounts everything ever, gives gifts, games, and coal. Hey, I need coal. I'm running out of torches. So today's the day. This is when all of your wallets cry wolf. No, they actually cry that a wolf is eating me, and that wolf is named Steam. Steam has the holiday sales, and they're going to go all the way to January 1st, I think. And in Steam, Valve fashion, you get to play games and get prizes. And we did this before, where if you play games, get certain achievements, it unlocks things, and you get prizes. And certain times you get games, you get DLC, you get coupons. So they encourage you to spend more money and have fun doing it. It's such an evil formula that I think Valve should be thrown in jail. You're making us spend money to have fun. What kind of a crazy thing is that? You're not supposed to let us have fun with spending money. This is crazy nonsense. This is not supposed to happen. This is all wrong. Actually, it's pretty brilliant. Very, very brilliant. But you're going to be completing a series of game objectives. I remember doing this before where I buy games that I'd never buy before, do something stupid, be like, yay, I got the achievement, and I only had to pay $5 for it. Her derp? Her derp. Her derp. Valve does that to us. They make us do crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. Check it out. Joystick has it. Thanks for the link, Nicholas. Fun stuff. Now, Jade Topaz has a couple of links. Victory in House. Huge victory in House. Let's slam the Senate. Okay, this is the SOPA thing, I think. Yeah. Okay, real briefly, let's talk about SOPA, which is the Stop Online Piracy Act. For those of you who follow me on Twitter know that I posted this same link here, and multiple links in the past. Actually, a few months ago is when I first brought it up. Apparently, there's this thing in Congress trying to stop a lot of innovation online. It's a very poisonous bill that could basically change the way you see the internet today. So if you're old enough, or if your parents can hear this, this Demand Progress site makes it really easy to send a letter to your senator or representative. And what happened was, and I tweeted this, is that, you know, there was a lot of pressure from those of us on the internet to where they were going to actually pass this act, but they postponed it so that they can look at it a little bit more. So in essence, you know, that's why they said we did it. You know, we're actually making them take notice. So I'm not going to say much more about it because I don't talk about politics on the show that much, but it is going to affect the way that you use the internet. So get educated on the Stop Online Piracy Act. It has good intentions, but just like all bad laws, they look good on the surface, but if you read the fine print, you know, there's some really nasty stuff in there. So thanks for that link, Jade Topaz. Okay. AMD Radeon HD 7970 specification slide leaked. So this is kind of skating the gaming category a little bit. This is a little bit more hardware technology, but gamers do look at video cards, so I'm going to let it slide. This is the AMD Radeon HD 7970. Apparently the specs say 3.5 teraflops. Let's see, this is something that stands out here. 3 gigabytes GDDR5 frame buffer. Memory bandwidth is 384 bit, 5.5 gigabits per second. So this card looks very, very good. Those of you in the PC gaming market probably are looking at this, know about this. And it's going to be very, very expensive. I guarantee it. This is one of those remakes of the other cards. But we're not going to spend too much time on this because this is a gaming show and this could easily slip into a technology. You know, I know that's where a lot of PC gamers look at stuff. But thanks for the link, Jade Topaz, about that new Radeon HD 7970. Moving on, Technifin. Beware of PSN wallet phishing emails. Wallet phishing. Update, not phishing. Should I close it? The phishing scam we reported earlier this morning is not a phishing scam after all. That was easy. Next story. Gamers spend more time streaming video on their consoles. To their consoles. Nielsen finds gamers spend more time streaming video to their consoles. Nielsen finds. Users ages 13 and above playing games offline, playing games online, watching video on demand streaming services. Okay, this title is a little bit misleading. Spending more time streaming video than what? I don't see a comparison to anything. Is it watching streaming video compared to watching a DVD? Because that's what well, kinda. Let's see. All other listening to music using the internet. Okay, let's read the article here because the graph didn't make a whole lot of sense. Spent notably more time streaming video games to their consoles than they did in 2010. Okay. They're comparing it to last year. Gotcha. I understand now. Because they probably should have put that in the title. I see they got the 2 dates here, but I just didn't know what they were comparing it to. So, apparently you guys are watching more streaming video this year than you did last year. Which kind of makes sense. That's because a lot of you are getting a little bit better bandwidth. I think a lot of us are getting away from DVDs and Blu-rays and watching a lot more online content. So yeah, it makes sense. Overall, Nielsen found that the usage increased by 7% over the last year across all 3 platforms, which suggests that streaming may be keeping us glued to our consoles for even longer. Now, guilty, I was using my Nintendo Wii solely for Netflix until I canceled it. Makes sense. My PlayStation was not being used for that. I was using that more for Blu-rays. 360 just wasn't getting turned on, so no Xbox Live, so I really didn't feel compelled to play with it. So, thanks for the link, Tech Diffin. Moving on to Sarams. Let's go ahead and refresh while I'm here. Sarams, unicorns get you unbanned from WoW. What? That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. All World of Warcraft's customer service ever wanted was a unicorn. After spending hours on the end dealing with angry, distraught, frustrated, downright abusive customers, blah, 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 blah. While I cannot confirm whether or not this image currently making the rounds is real or fake, I can confirm that if I worked for Blizzard customer service, I would have had the exact same reaction on scoring free unicorn art in one of my tickets. What? I hate Kotaku. Guys, if you got a link, try to find a mirror. Kotaku has the worst writing ever. I don't know what's going on. I don't understand what's going on. It's easy to imagine. It's a picture of a unicorn, and what does it have to do with customer service? Look at the image. I'm looking at the image. This image. All right. I've been perma-banned. All right, so this is it. I've been perma-banned, and I would like to be unbanned, so I drew you a unicorn. Hey there, we received your request as well as the attached picture. Upon discussing this with the other representatives, we felt your picture had a distinct lack of rainbows that are typically abundant in any unicorn-friendly environment. Despite this oversight, we agreed to overturn the action on your account, and you may resume your gameplay at your earliest convenience. Warning, please read. Please note that this was considered an exception to our normal policy. Any future unicorn submissions are expected to be at full rainbow capacity, as we at Blizzard believe in only the most colorful of unicorn habitats. I hope this adequately resolves your issue. If you have any additional questions or concerns, please let us know. Moving on. One Elder Scroll is out to sell them all. Oh boy. Skyrim ships 10 million, is the fastest selling game in Steam history. Problems with lag and other issues haven't prevented the game from selling really well. That says a lot because of games like Call of Duty out there. So this broke records. When I first read the headline earlier today, I thought it was going to say time played because the time people put in Skyrim is kind of scary. It's like, do they sleep? Probably not. But 10 million units sold. And when did this come out? In October, November-ish? It's been a few weeks. The 10 million units shipped account for about 650 million in retail sales. PC sales in North America have been so strong the game outsold all other PC games by a factor of over 3 to 1 in the month of its release. Probably didn't have a lot of competition on PC. Oh, there was that game called Battlefield 3. Forgot about that. Pretty cool. Pretty cool that it sold so much. And it had problems, so it wasn't like it was perfect. Okay. So thanks for the story, Sarams. Moving on that face. Google Zeitgeist puts Battlefield 3 in top 10 rising searches. Black Ops tops gaming chart. This is from Mickey Husky. All these premium supporter tags. I'm so proud. He's so surprised. Google Zeitgeist. What is all this? No. What are you? What? Why? What? Oh, these are the search terms. Gotcha. Google publishes annual Zeitgeist report. Most popular searches and topics in 2011. This past week, for the first time ever, a game was included in the top 10 fastest rising search terms of the year. That's amazing. Yet, as you probably have already guessed, it was Gym Keeper. Wait, no, it was Battlefield 3. EA's big shooter. So why wasn't Modern Warfare 3 up there? Or Battlefield or Black Ops? When it comes to video games in North America, however, there's another title on top of the heap. Black Ops was the most searched term in the category, with Call of Duty coming soon after that. Battlefield 3 didn't even make it in the list in the category numbers. So its overall search volume was actually lower than the Activision series. What? So overall, it was in the top 10, but in the categories, it didn't even make the list. Okay. Google even shows us what 2011 searchers are the most interested in playing next year. Diablo 3 and Mass Effect 3 sit at the bottom of the list already for the most searched terms in gaming. Yes. Thanks for the link. Next story. APB Reloaded enjoying success via Steam, coming to store shelves. APB Reloaded. This is the reboot of the failed series, but resurrected. APB, All Points Bulletin. Now free to play. As apparently enjoys some success via Steam. Let's see. Not only has the title appeared in Steam's most played charts already, but now it has picked up 3 million registered users after showing up on Steam. So that's definitely a shot in the arm for this game. After it was posted on Steam, they got 3 million new viewers. Or I'm sorry, 3 million new registered users. Huge turnaround. The original game only had about 130,000 registered players. So this is one of those cases where it was a smart idea to reboot the game in a free-to-play form, and also even a smarter idea to put it on Steam. APB Reloaded is apparently headed back to store shelves and retailers in the form of a $30 box with more than $50 worth of value, including unique in-game items. So they're doing what a lot of free-to-play titles do, is that they're giving you like a package deal where you can get a whole bunch of in-game items and currency for a discounted price, probably some elite status or something like that. And this is true. That's pretty impressive for a game that saw a server shut down just 90 days or so. Big turnaround for APB. So they are enjoying their success. Thanks for the link, Mickey Husky. Okay. Fish Twit with that face. Half off your last minute games at Amazon.com. Ooh. I want to play this game. The Goku game. Enslaved Journey to the West. I have a tendency to put up my holiday shopping to the last blah 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 blah. Amazon does have great 50% off burgers. Deus Ex Human Revolution Augmented Edition for Xbox 360 is only $30. PS3 side, you can get Ratchet and Clank All for One or Little Big Planet 2 for the same discount. Enslaved Journey to the West is $9 on PS3 or 3. I might jump on that. I might actually jump on that. That game is highly, highly underrated. You guys want to hear the most underrated game? Probably, I think it came out this year or last year. That's it. Enslaved Journey to the West was underrated. It was underrated. That's wascally game. Buy one for everyone you love. Blah, blah, blah. It's a great game. I don't know why everyone hasn't played it yet. That's what I just said. There are lots of other titles at half off at Amazon's sale page. Time's a wasting. Go spend your money there instead of Steam, is what this article is saying. Thanks for that link, Fish Twit. Mystery Easter egg found on the Gulf of Oman. Yes. That dude reading a book? With a plethora of dinosaur Easter eggs already found in Battlefield 3, many have thought that was it. Of course it isn't. A new Easter egg has been found on the Gulf of Oman map. We don't know what it is or what it looks like, so you tell us. Could this relate to Dynamo? Looks like a guy reading a book. That's what I see. It's like a Rorschach ink blot test or something. I see a guy reading a book. Well, I see teeth. I don't know. Can't make it out. Can't really make it out what that is. I mean, I can enlarge it. I see the head. There's the hands holding the book. There's his feet. I don't know what that is. I don't know. All right. Mystery Easter egg. Thanks for the link, Fish Twit. All right. Arthur Gouveia. Say hello to your Dust 514 wardrobe. Dust 514 is the game, highly anticipated PS3 title, with ties into EVE Online. It's going to have a persistent universe where you're going to be fighting battles that are going to be controlled or enhanced or influenced by the MMORPG. We talked about it when it was, basically debuted at E3. So here's the wardrobe. Number type slots. Let's see. Light, heavy, sidearm, high, low, equipment, grenade. And this is what they look like. Pretty cool looking. I doubt you're going to look like that on the battlefield, but these are pretty good drawings of what to expect with Dust 514. So thanks for the link, Arthur. Square Enix releases Bizarre Bravely Default trailer. Bizarre Bravely. That's a hard title to say. Bizarre Bravely. So this is a trailer. But honestly, the fact that it is a near blank mute trailer makes it somehow more compelling that if they release blah 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 blah. Okay, so Bravely Default or Default Bravely. Bravely Default. Trailer has been released. I can't play it on the stream, so yeah. There you go. Thanks for the link. And Endless says Vita launch issues in Japan result in apology software update. We talked about this earlier with the Vita launch, but apparently it didn't go smoothly as a software update is coming. For us suckers in North America, the PlayStation Vita still has a distant object of desire. Our tech-savvy brethren at Engadget are reporting that some users are experiencing software bugs on responsive touchscreens and complete system freezes. Ouch! Resulting in many talking to social media and to voice frustration. Sony, as it turns out, is listening, already issuing a software update and penning an apology letter. Wow. The video above showcases some of the Vita's problematic issues. It should at very least help you sympathize with your Japanese frustration. Let's look at a little bit of this. I don't see any ads, so it should be alright, I think. Ooh, that freeze. Ooh, that lock. Ooh, holding down the button. Holding down the button. Holding down the button. It's dead, Jim. Oh, they're at. Let me stop. But yeah, pretty bad. Pretty bad. So apparently the software update has been released already, right? Is that what it says? Oh, they're already issuing it, so it's not completely issued yet. So they're going to be on top of it. Thanks for the link. Endless. And let's see here. Oh, spoiler alert. MMA, well, never mind. MMA wins GSL Blizzard Cup 2011. Whoa. They're tossing them pretty high there. Don Ragu pushes MMA to Game 7 in GSL Blizzard Cup. Those of you who follow StarCraft, I'm sorry. You just got spoilered. Don Ragu, my favorite Zerg ever, lost, so I'm sad. He pushes MMA to Game 7 in GSL Blizzard Cup. Call him DRG for short. Don Ragu. Blah, 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 blah. The Blizzard Cup Grand Finals was anything except that we had to witness a 40-minute Game 7 to see the winner's trophy get raised. I've yet to watch the replays of that, but I'm definitely going to check it out because I heard that it was the best finals ever. From everyone. Everyone who watched it said it was the best finals ever. So I got to check it out. But MVP, I'm sorry, not MVP, but MMA pulled it out. Somehow, some way. He won 40 million KRW. I forget what it stands for, the Korean currency, which is close to about 26,500 euros. Lots and lots and lots and lots of money. They got the matches here. MMA, wow. MMA went up 3-0. Then Don Ragu won the next 3, and then MMO pulled it out in the last one. Now I can see why that was pretty exciting, because I guess Don Ragu was 1 match down for the last 4 matches. Or one match could have ended the whole thing. So, okay. Thanks for the link, Sir Soapy, with that Slayer's Dragon avatar. And if that be all the links, I think that concludes the links. And guess what time it is, y'all? Guess what time it is? It is title time. Deal with it. This is the time where you guys come up with the snazziest titles you can ever think of in your brain ever. And then we pick some of the best ones you guys come up with. And then we vote on said titles and come up with a winner. And it becomes the title of the show. Let's go. Keep those titles coming. Let's start it off. Title: Steam Holiday Sale is out. My wallet's a steaming. Battlefield 2043. All right, I'll buy that for $1. Ooh, Fish Twit with the massive 1 post. Sony gives birth to PS Vita. Star Wars Galaxies end. PS Vita begins. This is not a temporary ban you're looking for. PS Vita leaves Star Wars Galaxies in its Alan Wake. Achievement get. Minecraft made in less than 2 days. Santa hats and Square Enix hats. We talked about Skyrim Online. Oops. Can drawing a unicorn get me unbanned from Modern Warfare 3? 1 unicorn to rule them all. Keep your baseball cards. Hats are my collectibles. Notch build shrink ray. Zaps Minecraft. I was about to play Skyrim Online, then I realized I'm on the 360. Let's face it, Modern Warfare 3 is broken. Vita launch crashes. Hybrid unicorn MMOs wearing $50 million hats. Not a Yule log video. Aion says no to USA by going to free to play. Dust off the wardrobes. Alan Wakes finds himself on the PC. Alan Awakes. Oh, I see what you did there. Alan Awakes. Yeah, I get it. I was going to be an MMO, but then I took an arrow to the knee, so I settled to be a hybrid. Oh my goodness. MMO RPG Awards got it all wrong. Where's WoW? Hey Galaxy, may the Force be with you always. Nearly 9 light years later, the Force dies with Star Wars Galaxies. PS Vita crashes. LOL wins hybrid MMO. Steam gives us coal. We give you games. Fishing for Easter eggs is fun stuff. According to Microsoft, Croatia doesn't exist. Modern Warfare 3 has platform 9 3/4 from Harry Potter. Battlefield 2043 Easter. Oh wait, no. Steam sales. Everybody run. Google Firms. BF3 rules. Blizzard wants more rainbows. Gabe Newell wants a Glee as we unload our wallets. It's over 5,000. Unicorn bribery. Nielsen has no clue what they're talking about. Unicorn or 5,000 day. Kotaku? Is that English? I'm eating wings of my fingers are sticky to what? Valve trolls again. But it's not about Half-Life 3. MMA flies high after winning GSL Blizzard Cup. Gamers to wake up to Alan in 2012. Nexon game chat with Bwana. Alan wakes to find PS Vita. 80% of statistics have misleading titles. Modern Warfare 3 temp bans last longer than Star Wars Galaxies. I used to be banned temporarily, but then I took 13.5 years to my Modern Warfare 3. Game on for Aion and Nexon. Politics are for people who talk about politics. Uncharted 4. Vila Vich. I'm saying that wrong. Sega. Okay. Croatia takes an arrow from Xbox. Steam cools down coal. Xbox, why you no support Croatia? Please ban Hammer. Don't hurt him. Skyrim skyrockets. 2413. Nope, I'm not reaching. I really wanted to watch the Blizzard Cup, then Bwana spoiled it. Breaking news about fishing. Steam sells Skyrim stupendously. Star Wars Old Republic got bad reviews. Taco ban Hammer. Croatia, what's that? Do you eat that or what? Blizzard hires kids to unban requests. Alright, wow, that's a lot of titles. Woo! Okay. That is a whole lot of titles. So I gotta pick some for voting. I'm not going to put the names next to them because you were discriminating against Fish Twit last week. I saw the racism. There was anti-Fish Twitism in the chat. So I'm gonna leave out the names. Like, don't vote for Fish Twit! A lot of titles. I'm just scrolling through these now. That might be one. There's so many. I might have to actually copy and paste like multiple ones and whittle it down. I actually do 4 instead of 3. If I can copy this. You guys stop scrolling the chat up. Okay. We're gonna have 4. We're gonna have 4. A lot of titles, guys. It was hard to pick. 4 we're gonna have. We're doing 4. Okay, I'm gonna paste them in the chat. There they are. Type the number, the one you want. Let's do it. Those numbers, they fly by so fast. They fly by. I do not know who the winner is. I shan't not look at the chat because I might have a spoiler, like Sir Soapy likes to post in his stories when he tells us who wins every StarCraft 2 tournament. So if you guys watch Game Chat and Bwana and happen to want to watch a StarCraft 2 tournament after the fact, you might want to skip user submitted stories because Soapy's going to do a spoiler. Vote them in. Type in them numbers. Game Chat 1 episode 41 title is going to be coming soon. 10 more seconds. 10 more seconds. Poll has been stopped. And the winner is three. Modern Warfare 3 temp bans last longer than Star Wars Galaxies. Congratulations, Fish Twit. I do believe that was a Fish Twit title. Modern Warfare 3 temp bans last longer than Star Wars Galaxies. Congratulations, Fish Twit. You now have 7,588.3.7 title time wins. You take those accolades and you build them up. They're kind of like experience points where you can enchant your title time sword to give you an effect to knock somebody's face off. But you won't do that because you're a title time winner. And title time winners have this special thing inside of them where they have to be nice to people. And they give them a great title like, I love you, or you're great. Congratulations, Fishtwit. You are the winner of Title Time. Game Chat 1, Episode 41. The title is going to be Modern Warfare 3 temp bans last longer than Star Wars Galaxies. And that will conclude our show for the day, guys. I want to thank you all for coming by today with Game Chat 1, episode 41. We had a great time today. Caffeine infused with Monster Rehab. Not a sponsor, but definitely supplied the fuel. The Game Chat 1, episode 41. I want to thank everybody for coming by. We're here every Monday night. Every Monday night at twitch.tv/Bwana and at live.bwana.tv. We do it about 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We go for about an hour and a half, hour and 15 or so. And we talk about all the latest gaming news. Please follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/Bwana or twitter.com/Bwana Live if you wish to be notified when I go live on the show. Also, you can join our forums at bwana.tv/forum. And then you can join our community, talk about different technology, tech, and general chit-chat and whatnot. We do have rules to follow. Follow those rules. You will be in great shape. Follow me on YouTube as well. If you're watching this video, you probably know about my YouTube channel. YouTube.com/IOBuffa. IOBUFFA. And people are like, Bwana, where did that come from? How'd you come up with IOBuffa? What does it even mean? It's a technical term for input-output buffer. But it's slangified. So I put instead of at the end. So it's IOBuffa instead of IOBuffer. Yes, it has a certain ring to it. It's like IOBuffer instead of IOBuffer. I like it. Hey, that's why I chose it. All right, guys, that concludes episode 41 Game Chat 1. I will see you all, next Monday, next week. I should be here. If not, follow me on Twitter, and I will let you all know the schedule. Take care. Have a great day. And catch Game Chat 1, episode 40. It is up on YouTube. I apologize. It was late. Didn't post it till today. So it is up there. You can check out last week's show. All right, guys. Take care. Have a great week. I will see you next time. No.